we're going to be going over basic poker mathematics, but before I get started, let me introduce myself. I'm Arcane, and I've helped new players make billions in profits and want to bring even more players to the poker tables of Torn. We're going to be going over what an out is, and an out is essentially any card that helps improve your hand. So, let's say we have the cards Queen Jack suited and flop comes 5, 2, 3. What cards help us? We know that any queen can help us as well as any jack will help us improve our hand. So as a result, we would have 6 outs because we know there are 3 queens remaining in the deck and 3 jacks remaining in the deck. So we add 3 plus 3 is 6 and we multiply 6 by 2 in order to get our percent chance of improving on the next card dealt. So in this scenario, we have about a 12% chance of drawing a queen or jack on the next card. Let's do another example. We have queen jack suited again, but this time the flop is 2, 2, 5, and we have a flush draw. Similar to last time, we have 6 outs from the queens and jacks, but because we have a flush draw, we would also add an additional 9 outs because any 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, king, or ace of spades will help us improve to a flush. So you would take the 6 plus 9 and get 15 outs, and as a result, we have 30% chance to improve our hand. Why is it important to know our exact chance of winning? It's because we're going to be using our outs in combination with pot odds. Let's think about this conceptually. We are heads up in late position, meaning we're in a 1v1 situation and last person to act. Pot is 100,000 big blinds, and our opponent raises 1 big blind, and it costs us 1 big blind to call. We know we have a 1% chance of winning if we call him. Should we call him or not? Intuitively, you might say yes, we call him, but we're going to put our intuition aside and instead use some mathematics. So we're going to display this more visually. There's 100,000 big blinds in the middle, opponent raises 1 big blind, and we're going to start calculating our pot odds. So our pot odds are the cost to call divided by the money we could potentially win. So it'll cost us 1 big blind to call, and we will win 100,000 in 2 big blinds. So we have about a 0.001% pot odds. So our odds to win are 1%. And because our odds to win are greater than our pot odds, this is an easy call for us. Just remember this. When our odds of winning are greater than our pot odds, at the bare minimum call, we are never folding. Now we're going to be using a more realistic example. Let's say the pot is 3 big blinds and our opponent raises 1 big blind. What are our pot odds? We know it costs us 1 big blind to call, and if we do call, we will potentially be winning the 3 big blinds in the middle, the 1 big blind our opponent bet, and the 1 big blind that we put forward. So 1 divided by 5 is 20%, and our pot odds are 20%. So let's say we have an equity of 30%, meaning our odds of winning are 30%. Even though we're going to be losing over 50% of the time, we call them because our equity is greater than our pot odds. So remember, whenever our equity, our odds to win is greater than our pot odds, it is a very easy call at the bare minimum. So TLDR, whenever our odds of winning are greater than pot odds, we don't fold. You can consider raising for deception or making some funky moves, but at the end of the day, all you need to remember is when our odds of winning are greater than our pot odds, we don't fold. So congrats, you now know some basic poker mathematics. As always, I encourage you to practice at lower stakes until you feel more comfortable moving up. Good luck.